So alright YouTube family, the Maverick in the space one more time. Still with the best and most credible opinion. Still fair and fearless analysis. And inevitably, we have to peep over the PNP fence. 3 straight defeat for the People's National Party. What kind of introspection, what kind of reflection are going within the walls of power of the party right now? Where do they go from here? Marky G, Mark Bolin. Does he stay or does he go? Who are the content of them out there? If Marky G decides, oh, me can't bother with something, you know. When we look on the potential alternatives to leadership in the PNP right now, it's a pretty short and compressed list. Inevitably, people are going to talk about Damian Crawford. Julian Robinson put himself forward emphatically, especially after that debate performance. Dayton Campbell, the GenSec, is already a leader in the party. And of course, we hear the whispers come from out of the woodwork about potentially Lisa Hanna stepping forward. Now make them have repeat them off one by one. Now make a look at Marky G. If you pre-Marky G political career, you know, Marky G was never ever a career politician, you know. Marky G, PNP basically dropped in a Marky G lap because of other people did seek leadership and because the way things twist and turn and drop. Remember, the party was hit by turmoil and division, you know. And the people them, when they dip on Marky G side of the division, none of them they get voted out of them seat. And Marky G with the South St. Andrew seat, you know, say that not gonna happen. So it's almost like the leadership drop for Marky G head top, you know. And to be honest, initially it look awkward in night and him look like him never cut out feet, and but he moved to it after that time and he was pretty much effective in doing what he did to lead the PNP to some semblance of unity and a strong showing in the 2025 election. And here the decision to be made by Marky G. If he leaves the PNP, would it be better off or would it be worse off? And that's the $1 million, the $1 trillion question to be answered by Marky G. Obviously, when the conference come, if there are challenges, there are challenges. Him can't stop that. But will it be foolhardy for Marky G leave the party right now, or even on a phase basis in terms of time, leave the party? And if him leave the party leadership, what would ensue? And that's the question that Marky G have to answer. Make we look on the other candidate now. Make we start with Julian Robinson. Definitely, he have some potential as leader. But you kind of get the impression, say, Julian not as strident and firebrand. And, well, maybe that kind of leadership that the people want now. I don't know. But it was kind of, before the debate there, enough people never say Julian as a real and genuine candidate for leadership. He look like a leader though, right now, or at least an emerging leader. So him would be one genuine contender. Damian Crawford. Boy, them have Damian as the gimmicks man. We notice in the debate specifically, Damian that trying best to counter the gimmicks man image. We him kind of dress and try to behave statesman like. But to be honest with you, Damian is at his best when he mix entertainment with policy and serious issues. If that is possible. But and that's a Damian give. But there's no doubt there is some potential for leadership from Damian Crawford. The big question is he ready? Because there's still some little loose ends as it relates to Damian messaging as a politician, you know. Him have a little tendency to be naive about some of the issues that are really, really important to poor people when they're up on the campaign trail. Damian tend to go a little bit more profound and long term with things like education and with things like, you know, setting up a business rather than eating a belly full. When elections are literally won and eating a belly full. You get what I say? So he have to go work out them little nuances as he gets more mature and rise up in the party as a potential leader. I right term use. Dayton Campbell now. I think Dayton is more of a war general than an overall leader. And I feel the GenSec position is ideal for Dayton Campbell. And if he vacates that GenSec position, there's going to be a big void. I think he was a real warrior in the election. No people ever like him style, but at Jamaica this. And the kind of abrasive, aggressive style Yeah, combative style. Don't make nobody tell you no foolishness. Them think they needed in a politics. You need them kind of personality there in a politics, especially when you're up on the battlefield and when you're up on the front line. Who left now? Lisa Hanna. Me have one question for the people them where opposite Lisa Hanna as a possible leader of the PNP. Is Lisa Hanna a comrade? Was Lisa Hanna a comrade in other warrior we just gone a while ago? In other election we just gone a while ago? When me see Lisa Hanna around a social media, me see her go with that, you know. A pose and a talk about herself and a day and a ray and a thing, you know. And then so me see Lisa Hanna while the rest of comrade them out in the battlefield. A fight for the Gideon, you know. Me not sure if Lisa Hanna posture over the past several months necessarily position her as a genuine and bona fide contender. Me not think so. That is my personal maverick opinion. I could be wrong. She's still beautiful, aesthetically pleasing to the eye. But we have to ask ourselves the question before we think about Lisa as a possible leader. Is Lisa Hanna a comrade? And that's the question, you know. Is Lisa Hanna really a comrade? And do you want a leader for the People's National Party who is not bona fide or seen as a bona fide comrade? One more thing about the party going forward. The messaging of the party and the ideology of the party. You know, say that I beat PNP right now. Members say PNP was seen as the party of the poor people, you know, with by and large socialist ideals. But since the fall of socialism, as we knew it back then, PNP kind of searching for a kind of middle comfort ground, you know, ideologically, you know, when we don't think them fully fine. What is happening now is that the PNP, as is now, is basically trying to fight for power with the JLP, you know, for an ideology that is pretty much owned by the JLP, you know. Remember, we don't tell you millions of times, you know. So there is no great ideological difference between the People's National Party and the Jamaica Labour Party right now, you know. And you kind of think that, all right, by and large, the JLP in a for them comfort zone ideologically. Now, as a socialist party, identified with socialist ideals, they must struggle to find them footing ideologically and send mixed signals with their messaging. And as me telling you before, in my post-election analysis, I may say it before the election as well, I don't think the PNP use the words poor people enough in this campaign here, as the party of the poor people, you know. Them venture down some different avenue and down some different lane and down some different alley, but them never stick to the core. Poor people, we there for no poor people. Them never stick to that enough, if you ask me. Because despite all the shenanigans, you know, poor people still there in the majority, you know. And me not think they were smart enough in pandering to the vast majority of poor people in Jamaica. Anyway, whether Marky G stays or goes, he's not going to do it right away. I suppose it's a decision where I ponder right now. And people are peeping and look over the fence and I wonder what will happen. Well, the ball is in Marky G's court right now. We have to look on the options available, look on the potential leaders for succession, and of course, ponder, would the party be better off if Marky G goes? How much, Maverick? One, Maverick.